Meanwhile, US President-elect Joe Biden held a series of phone calls with several European leaders on Tuesday, and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson was the first amongst the leaders to congratulate Joe Biden for his victory in the big presidential elections. Now, according to reports, the phone call between Boris Johnson and Joe Biden lasted for well over 25 minutes, in which the two leaders outlined their priorities on defense, trade and climate change. Shortly after the conversation, Boris Johnson tweeted that he is looking forward to strengthening the partnership between the United States and the United Kingdom. Now, the Prime Minister's office also released a statement soon after the conversation. The government spokesperson has said, and I quote, "They discussed the close and long-standing relationship between our nations and committed to building on this partnership in the years ahead in areas such as trade and security, including through NATO." For much of the past 4 years, European leaders have struggled to handle relations with the Trump administration. But for Johnson, who led the United Kingdom out of the European Union, Trump was of course seen as a bit of a natural ally. That makes the prospect of forging new ties with Biden potentially problematic. And not to forget that Biden and Boris's opposing views when it comes to Brexit. Joe Biden is of Irish descent and he stands in support of much closer European integration. The United Kingdom's withdrawal poses a looming threat to Northern Ireland's peace deal, also known as the Good Friday Agreement. During the phone call, Boris Johnson and Joe Biden spoke about the importance of implementing Brexit in such a way that it upholds the Good Friday Agreement, and this with Johnson assuring Biden that the nation will take this route forward. Brexit has been a pretty contentious issue between the two leaders for a while now. On more than one occasion, Biden has made it abundantly clear that the United States would prefer a deal with the European Union than the United Kingdom if such a situation were to arise. In a bid to smoothen the bilateral ties ahead, Boris Johnson has invited Joe Biden to the upcoming COP26 climate summit. The summit will be held next year in Scotland, and as per the statement released by Johnson's office, Biden and Boris will be seeing each other once again next year when the United Kingdom will be hosting the G7 summit. There's always a bit of a clamour to get an early call with US President-elect, and the fact that Johnson was in fact the first one on the list will be a welcome signal in London.
I'd rather be dead in a ditch.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.